Welcome back to the Playdate by Freshly Picked. I'm your host, Kaitlin Hansen.
And I'm your host, Klea Turner.
Klea, every time we record, I'm like, okay, wait, don't say that because we need to say it for the pod.
Save it.
We were just saying we're doing mom confessionals today. And Klea's like, hopefully I can read. And I feel like that every time I have to read in front of somebody.
It's like when you're in high school and they ask you to read the board and you're like, all of a sudden, I cannot read.
All of a sudden, I'm like,
I don't know how.
But also, I talked to my sister-in-law about this in my later years in life. Is that
Later?
I sound like, I don't even know, how do you say that? As I've gotten older,
Yeah.
I think I'm illiterate.
Same.
All the time, Eric's like, sorry, what did that say?
I don't know.
I think what I do is I look at a sign and then I read, I look at the first letters and then I just let my brain fill in the rest.
Mm-hmm.
And all the time I confuse myself because I'm like, that's the weirdest sign ever. Eric's like, yeah, because that's not what it says.
Exactly.
In the nicest way.
No, if I'm reading a book, I will have to reread over it the same page 4 times just to comprehend what it said. But I just think we got a lot going on in our minds.
We do.
So we just can't be bothered with reading.
It's so funny. I try to read my kids' books and I'm like, geez. And I read my own books, but it's so much different,
Mm-hmm.
reading out loud. I don't know about for you, but I was also the kid in class where it's when you know that you're going to have to read, I read ahead and rehearse it in my mind so that I don't mess up.
Yep.
That's me.
I know. We can't mess up in class.
No.
I'm going to mess up right now.
No, it's all good. I'm we are all moms. We're figuring it out and trying our best.
If you're listening to this podcast, you get it.
You get it.
I know it.
You're our people. Before we jump into that though, I just want to talk about really quickly your sewing because we had mentioned that on a previous episode and you were launching patterns.
Yes.
Okay, has that launched?
Not yet. So it launches the 17th.
That's so exciting.
Which is super exciting. It's like a top pattern. So it's like a tie top. So
which one was, because I'm I watch all your videos and all the time I'm dang, how are you a real human and how do you do this?
I love you. So it's really, I always tell people people think sewing is super intimidating, but I'm if you can thread your machine
scared.
And you can sew a straight line, I promise you could do anything.
So what if I can't do that?
No.
Yeah.
Well,
can you come over and thread my machine and teach me how to do
100%.
a straight line? I just got a sewing machine.
No, I want to start teaching classes so bad.
Please
in our
do.
new house, I have a studio downstairs. And so I'm should I make it into a classroom? To have people come over? I don't know.
I want to learn. I want to learn how. I'm just I need to thread the machine. I haven't even turned it on.
That's literally the hardest part. If you can thread your machine and get it to sew a straight line, I promise you can sew anything.
All the time I just want to comment on your photos and be can you just make 2 of those, please? Thank you.
Order. Everyone's always can you just make me one? And I'm I wish I could.
You're I don't have the time for that. Yeah.
Because I'm I could probably make stuff, but I would get I don't think I'd love sewing anymore.
So I get that.
You know
it that's how I felt with flowers.
Yes.
Because I'm I loved to do flowers.
Mm-hmm.
And then after every single wedding I do, I'm I freaking hate flowers.
Yes.
I don't even want to look at them. I don't want to take the extras home because I just want to get rid of them and never see them again, which is so sad. It's fun for the first couple arrangements, but then
and why do we turn everything we love into a business? At least that's what I do.
I do. No, I do that too.
Why do I do that to myself?
Yeah,
because then I don't love things anymore. Sewing though, I feel because I sell digital patterns, I do love it because I'm doing something different every day. I'm not just sewing one shirt over and over in 20 different sizes. So, which I think could be fun to do. I would love to give my designs to a manufacturer.
That'd be so cool.
And actually design clothes so I don't have to do it myself. But
okay, wait, describe the top that you're selling. Is it, because I've seen your videos, which one is it?
So it's called the Nantucket Tie top.
Okay. Is it short or long sleeve?
Long sleeve. You could just do sleeveless if you wanted for the summer. And then it has a collar and it has, instead of buttons or anything, it just has 2 ties.
What material was it in your videos? Black and white?
The polka dot one. It was
the polka dot.
It was a canvasy linen type thing, and then I have a blue one that's denim.
Okay, cute.
Denim.
Oh, I saw the denim one with the cute collar. Okay, I also loved that set that you made. That was it almost was linen-y, crinkly-ish type fabric.
Yes. Was it the yellow one?
Yes, the yellow, and it was was it gingham?
Yes.
Yeah, that's so cute. I want that set.
Thank you.
It's darling.
So it's been fun, but. Yeah.
That's so fun. So everybody keep your eyes peeled for patterns from Klea. Where can they find you on Instagram?
So it's TikTok? On Klea Maison on Etsy and then Klea Maison on TikTok. Klea Maison on Instagram too.
Love it.
So,
We'll put
yeah.
that in the show notes so you guys can follow along. She's incredible. So
You're
just
sweet.
had to give her a
I
little
love
plug.
you.
Okay, well, let's dive into the mom
I'm
confessionals.
excited.
I'll have you start.
Okay, let's see. I'm like, I need to read over them first?
No, I do that every
Let's
time.
see.
See, like I'm reading the next one so that I can like say it right.
Exactly. Okay, my son finally found out he has a birthmark on his butt and can't stop checking it out in the mirror. It is in his butt crack, so he's got to bend over and look through his legs. He's convinced it glows in the dark.
It's so funny because I know this person.
I love it.
And
it's so funny.
They've told me about it.
He's like, I got a superpower in my butt
Yeah.
crack.
Yes. It's so funny. Just proud.
Oh my gosh.
I love that so much. Liv was asking me the other day. She's like, so does everybody have a birthmark? Because like I don't know where mine is.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, I don't think you have one.
You're
But
like, not everybody does.
Yeah. I'm like, that's so funny. Okay. This next one is actually from the same person. I promise, like, yeah, they are anonymous, but I texted like a group of people to ask for
I do
ones.
know this one.
Yeah. So they said the same boy also gave his whole primary class an in-depth puberty talk because his teacher asked him why his older brother had a bandage on his ear. And he said, well, he's going through the puberty.
How would you get that?
I think he said he's going through the puberties.
The puberties?
Yeah. And I'm like, that's hilarious.
That's hysterical.
I'm like, well,
that's what I always, because I'm like, I feel like we're teaching kids like younger and younger about like their bodies, which is, I think is great. But I'm like, they're just going to start saying these things.
Oh, yeah.
In public.
It's so
Which
funny.
is, I think we're just going to have to accept.
I wish I could be a fly on the wall to hear him describe this just because like I know him and I bet everybody was like cackling.
So funny.
Yeah.
When you're a primary teacher.
Oh my gosh, the things that you hear. And like, yeah, any teacher, like kids just are little sponges and repeat things and make things up in their heads that I'm like, okay, that's not exactly
where'd you get that from? Well, that's the thing too. It's like, what if your kid says something like that and then they'll be like, oh, did you teach him that? You're like, no, they literally came up with it. Well, but they don't believe you.
No, that's so funny because I recorded yesterday with Fifi and Sarah and they were saying her little girl went to go have a play date and the mom was like, she said that you lock her in like a dungeon or something. And she's like, obviously I didn't believe it. And she's like, I don't even put my kids in timeout. So
where did you get that from?
Yeah.
Like, what were you watching?
It's
like,
so funny. And I probably said that wrong. So you have to go back and listen to that.
No, my daughter loves to get in a dog kennel. It's her favorite place to be. And I'm just like, she's going to tell people like, my mom puts me in a dog kennel.
Oh, yeah. My kids too. Me. When we watched my sister-in-law and brother-in-law's dogs, they went in and out of the kennel. And I'm like, I should have just got him a kennel for Christmas.
No, literally. I'm like, why don't I just get her?
Truly.
Like, she's going to say that I put her in one, so I can't.
Can't.
Okay, this one says, my kid saw a bald man at Target and loudly asked, Mom, is that daddy without his hair?
Oh my gosh. The things that kids say.
Maybe if we live in the Matrix.
My kids ask my dad all the time because he's bald. And they're like, where's your hair? Oh, I can't. And he like jokes with them because my kids love to like play with hair. Mm-hmm. And he'll be like, you can do my hair. And they're like, you don't have hair, Papa.
They're like, stop saying that.
It's so funny. Okay. This one says, forgot to mute myself on a work call when my kid screamed, Mom, wipe my butt.
I think that is the world we're living in now. I'm like, if you're on a work call and you hear a mom and you hear kids say something, you're just going to pretend you never heard anything.
Yeah.
I'm like, if we're doing Zoom calls and we're working from home, I'm sorry, the kids are going to be screaming in the back to wipe their butt.
Yeah.
And that's just how this world works.
If that was me, I would have loved that. Like if I would have heard that, I would have laughed. Yeah. It would have given me like just the little chuckle that I needed.
Exactly. Okay, ordered at a drive-thru when my kid shouted from the backseat, Mom, don't forget Daddy's beer. We don't even drink.
That is so funny.
You're like, where did you learn about beer?
And you're like, you're not getting a beer in a drive-thru.
Like, what do you mean? You gotta show your ID for that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
It's so funny.
My daughter always asks, she loves like the Martinelli's sparkling cider.
Oh, I still do.
Yeah. And she like read some book. I don't know if it was like Clarice in Paris or whatever it was. She was like, can we drink champagne again?
Sure.
And I'm like, it's not actually champagne, but it's sparkling apple juice. Exactly. But whatever, Whatever. Okay, this next one says, my kid's teacher told me, so we heard mommy say bad words in traffic.
Yeah.
This happens.
Well, we were talking about that earlier. I'm like, of your kid calling you out.
Yeah.
Or you're like, we're going to say crap. We're going to say bad words.
Yeah.
I would say it, but we're on air. But like, I don't know. I guarantee. I was saying how my daughter, like, if my husband ever farts, she's like, daddy toot. Like, she's a caller outer. Like,
it's only going to
get away with
more.
anything around your kids.
No. Oh, you can't.
No.
I've said things and then my kid's like, that driver's an idiot, huh, mom? And I'm like, yeah.
Honestly, yeah.
I'm like, I'm driving, so I get to call him an idiot, not you.
Only when you're behind the wheel.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. At the park, my son saw a woman with short hair and screamed, "Look, mom, a boy with boobs."
Like, what do you do?
And that's a thing. Or it's like what? And like the person is standing right there. And what do? Do you just apologize? Like, I would be so mortified.
Yeah.
I'm scared.
I just say, Livy.
Don't say that.
I'm like, Olivia.
Oh, scary.
I don't know. My kids said a lot of things. And I'm like one time we went to Best Buy. I'm like saying a lot of stories in between these. But we went to Best Buy and she was like, is that a boy or a girl? And I'm like, ask him. I'm like, I don't know.
You're like, I can't tell you that. And then I'm going to say a girl and they're going to go up to him and ask.
Yeah. I'm like, oh, they're a human being. I'm like, that's what I say sometimes. Yeah. They're a human.
Exactly. Just keep it as simple as you can. But they want answers, though. That's the problem.
Yeah. Like, ooh, scary. This next one says, the pediatrician asked my son if we eat healthy at home, and he probably replied, yep, we eat McDonald's every day.
We eat Chick-fil-A every day. Every other day when I go through the drive-thru to get mac and cheese for my daughter, I'm like, can't tell the pediatrician.
You know what? You're feeding them.
That's the thing. I'm like, you know what? It's the only thing she'll eat. And maybe that's my doing. I don't know. But all she wants is bluey fruit snacks and mac and cheese.
Great. Like, whatever. They're eating.
Yeah.
Some kids don't get food, so.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, while shopping at Target, I bent down to grab something off a lower shelf and a little toot escaped. My 3-year-old loudly shouted, "Mommy, you farted!" Everyone turned to stare and there was no escape, so I just shrugged and hurried down the aisle. That is my daughter through and through.
That's going to be you.
A caller outer. I'm just like,
that is going to be you.
I'm just waiting for my moment in Target.
And then just like, yeah, what do you do?
Everybody toots.
And then you walk down and like crop dust everybody on your way out. Sorry.
That was me.
I mean, really, truly, like, what's there to say? Sorry, everyone.
There's nothing else to say.
Or I'll just say, that wasn't me.
You're like, that was you.
I have
my kid.
I have tooted and blamed it on my kid. Like when it was silent, I was like, I thought it was going to be silent and it wasn't. I was like,
nothing worse than that.
Nora. I'm like, that's
like,
evil.
Mom, that wasn't me.
Luckily, she couldn't talk and be like, not me.
Yeah. No, that's the best when they can't talk. You can always blame the farts on them.
So funny. Okay, this next one says, my baby's been constipated and I meant to text my husband, but accidentally texted a male coworker. The name finally pooped, yay.
Hey, listen, if I got a text like that from a mom, a male coworker, she said.
Yeah.
That's more rough. I was going to say, if I got a text like that from a mom, I'd be like, sweet. I'm so happy for you.
I want to hear like what their response was.
But to the man, I know I'm like, oh, that is bad. Because when you really put yourself in that situation, it's a little sweaty. When you send an accidental text to somebody, when your stomach just drops. Now I think, can't you edit them or delete them?
You can undo send if the other person has an iPhone.
Where was that my whole life? Where was that?
That would have saved me in a lot of difficult situations.
Exactly.
Yeah. Well, now you can. Bless modern technology.
It's going to help the moms so much.
I accidentally sent the other day. What day was that? Sunday. I was recording with Kaitlin at my house on the couch. We were talking about underwear. And I was like, oh, yeah, like the Stance underwear are on sale. And she was like, oh, will you send me the link? And I'm like, yeah. I accidentally sent it. I don't know who the Kyle was in my phone, but I accidentally sent the underwear link to Kyle. Maybe it was my cousin's husband. I don't know.
Some Kyle.
But I undid this end.
No, thank goodness for that. Because I'm like, I went through the other day and deleted a ton of my old contacts because I'm like,
I need to do that.
What if I just sent something to like a random ex or something that I had? Like, and I don't even know I still have their phone numbers, but it's just like, you just kind of forget.
It's annoying they need to make it easier to delete the contacts though.
Or like when you're typing in a text, like send to someone and it immediately like clicks to someone else. And then you're like, no, like I didn't mean to do that.
I switched Eric's name in my phone to Eric Husband.
Smart.
It's saved my bacon.
You have to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Love it. Well, keep on sending us your mom confessionals. They're our favorite, gives us a little laugh, and just honestly is relatable. So, okay, well, we'll see y'all next time.
Bye.
Bye.